Hello, Meoni here, and welcome back to another short video, this time to just purely look at all of the new rewards from the new Moogle event coming on the 20th of January 2020 with in-game visualizations. Before we talked about the new rewards, but we didn't manage to show them off, so let's actually get to that. So the top reward this time around from the new Moogle event will require the exchange of 100 tomestones of soldiery. This then is the Namazu neckerchief, which fills your neck slot for all characters level 1 and above. This item in particular is quite striking, as you can tell, and definitely got me excited. I love everything Namazu, so to have another necklace slot with another Namazu related item, bear in mind from the actual beast tribe in Stormblood we got a bell necklace, which I haven't took off since. This one is certainly to go with the previous Moogle event reward, the Namazu earring, which I also spent time to farm. As you can see, there's a Namazu on the front, and then the ribbon is tied at the back of this item. Definitely one to go for if you're into your glamour items, but this might not be up everyone's avenue considering it costs 100 tomestones, which to put into perspective is 10 runs of Castrum Praetorium. Next up, we have the Magitech Predator Identification Key. This mount is actually a low drop chance item that can drop from Xenos Ye Galvus inside the Alamigo dungeon, which is the last storyline dungeon of the base Stormblood expansion. It's quite a fetching mount. The jet boosters on the back of the robot ignite as you fly around. I don't actually have this, I was just able to get access to somebody briefly to show it for you. This is certainly something that's on my list as well, and I'm sure a lot of other people will be going for this as well, and this will cost you 50 tomestones. Next up is the Warring Lanner. This time around they only have one of the bird mounts from the Heavensward expansion trials. This one, the Warring Lanner from Sephiroth in particular, where it originally came from. This will cost you 50 of your tomestones to acquire. It's quite a fetching design. I love the birds in particular, and if you're missing some of the birds, then this is certainly one that you might want to get. Next up, we have the Answers Orchestrion roll, the Twilight over Thanalan Orchestrion roll, on Windy Meadows Orchestrion roll, and Whisper of the Land Orchestrion roll. We can't actually play any of Answers because of copyright restrictions, but let's have a look at just a snippet of the other three. Next up, we have the Spotted Fedora and Spotted Spencer. Originally, this was part of a Fate event. Essentially, you would do a Fate and you would get items to exchange in Idleshire for a helm and chess piece. And since there's not a lot of many people doing those events anymore, this is a really viable option if you do want that Fedora and Spencer, because there's not many other places you can get it. So those will cost you 30 tomestones per piece. Next up, we have all of the A Realm Reborn areas, so literally every area in A Realm Reborn with riding maps. This will take your riding speed up to maximum in those zones, which is a significant difference, especially considering you can't fly in those zones. It's always nice to be able to move faster. Those will cost you 30 a piece, and I would definitely recommend them if you don't want to use hunt marks to get them in general. Next up, they have the A Realm Reborn Beast Tribe mounts that you would usually have to grind all the way to completion, and these will cost 30 each. Firstly, we have the Drake Horn, which looks like this, which also has a special action. We have the Laurel Gobu Horn, which looks like this, and this will also cost you 30, and obviously sneezes as its action. We have the Elbst Horn for 30 again. We have the Bomb Palanquin Horn. And the Direwolf Whistle, again for 30 tomestones. If you do want to go and grab these and you don't want to do the Beast Tribes to completion, then this is certainly a thing you can do, but it will cost you 30 tomestones to get just one of them. Other mounts included on this are Xanthos and Enbar, which are two of the A Realm Reborn original trial mounts that drop. So these two horses here. So yeah, they're quite nice, but again, this is probably a big waste of your tomestones considering how easy these are to actually obtain. But here's me and Rose showing both of those off as well. And then finally, for the 30 tombstone exchange sort of tier, we have an MGP Platinum card that exchanges once you right click on it in your inventory and use it for 50,000 MGP. So 30 tomestones for 50,000 MGP. That's pretty much what that is. That's not actually a very good deal considering how long it might take you to get 30 and the other rewards you can get. But if there's nothing else on the list and you're going to get these cumulatively anyway from doing things in the game, then that might be a viable option for you, especially if you're going for a gold saucer mount. But again, there are better ways of earning MGP, which we've looked at in previous videos. Next up, we have the Wind-Up Kefka minion. This is something that from the Omega Raid series, a lot of people probably don't do that these days. So if you want this, you can exchange it for 7 tomestones. Again, we have the Lesser Panda here, which is another minion. This will also cost you 7 tomestones as well to exchange for, which is a cute little adorable guy, and obviously why wouldn't you want this in your collection for sure. Then we have 4 Triple Triad cards. We have the Good King Moogle Mog 12 card, we have the Shiva card, the Bismarck card, and the Sophia card. Those will all cost you 7 tomestones each as well. They're pretty good, as you would expect. A lot of the primal or, trial related cards are pretty good, but, there are better cards out there if you're actually playing seriously in tournaments or whatever. But at the same time, it's nice to have these to collect if you've missed them before. Then we have 2 final Orchestrum rolls. We have Indomitable and Keepers of the Lock, which sound both like this. And finally, we have the Magic Prism Job Mastery. So there we go. That's pretty much all there is off of this new event. There's a few items might have wanted to see firsthand, and hopefully this video fulfilled that. I already did a video talking about how to actually farm for these. It'll be very interesting to see if Blue Mage makes a return to one of the best ways of obtaining tomestones. If it turns out to be so, I might actually do a video looking at it. Either way, thank you kindly for watching. A link in the description will take you to the lodestone page related to these items so you can see them for yourself, and I'll see you all next time.